Leeds United have a big summer ahead. Recruitment is needed to ensure Daniel Farke has the best possible chance of ending this dismal run of promoted teams. Somewhere they desperately need to recruit in is that spotting goal. Illan Meslier has been sabotaging Leeds promotion chances for the last 2 seasons now and had to be dropped for Karl Darlow. He simply isn't good enough whatsoever. His drop-off in performances the last few seasons have been substantial. So let's have a look at 4 goalkeepers they need to target this summer. The way in which this video will be structured will be diving right into 4 goalkeepers and then placing them into a table, comparing them statistically to see how they fare against each other, which keeper is best overall. So let's just swing straight into it. Number 1, Djordje Petrovic, the man on the thumbnail. The Serbian goalkeeper has undergone huge development on loan with Strasbourg from Chelsea. His Strasbourg side performed pretty well with Illan Meslier over the season in a more possession-oriented system, but he, himself, individually, has performed exceptionally. Petrović was one of the leading goalkeepers in France this season and statistically one of the leading goalkeepers in Europe. He's improved as an overall package completely, from when I first personally watched him at Chelsea under Pochettino to when I covered Strasbourg earlier this year. The 25-year-old has become very comfortable with the ball at his feet. He looks relaxed, assured, both in his short passing and longer passing. His overall appearance with the ball at his feet doesn't strike you with any concern so much, which is always a good thing. His tall 6'4" size means he can reach shots aimed upwards of the net very well. He shares quick reactions, quick reflexes, improvisations, especially when it's a cross into the box and a header towards goal. Most of his highlight reel consists of these type of saves. He makes great efforts into ensuring he gets a touch onto the direction of the ball with his quality reach. He gets down nice and low very quickly. Any shots placed into the corner, he again shows good reach and does a good job of making himself big in 1v1s. To me, my only concern is his slight lack of consistency when coming to sweep. It's not as if he doesn't come off his line, but he doesn't exactly clear the ball well when he does, which leads to a goal scoring chance, chaos and panic. But a move to Leeds, whether this is a permanent deal or a loan signing, would be ideal. Petrović is pretty determined to become Chelsea's number 1, but judging by their recent attempts of signing a goalkeeper and the amount of keepers they have on their books, I don't think he's going to make it there. Add to the fact he's been made available for transfer. He isn't quite that level, sadly to me. I think a Premier League loan move would be best fit for him to go and prove himself with a 20 to 25 million buy option on the deal. It could be the type of loan move he really enjoys as the fans embrace their new number 1 after having a pretty hard time with the recent one. Number 2, Yahia Fofana. The 24-year-old Ivory Coast number 1 has been impressing in Liga with an interest in the past from Newcastle, Wolves and Brentford. He's made a total of 142 senior appearances with the 5th most saves in Europe's top 5 leagues, the most in Liga 2. So immediately we can tell he's used to facing shots. Once he's facing those shots, he's very commanding. He comes to claim the ball with authority. The stats back this. He's a good kicker of the ball, especially in longer kicks, and as a shot stopper is pretty impressive too. He's a very springy goalkeeper. What I mean by that is that he comes to action almost instantly with very sharp reactions and reflexes. He pushes shots towards him away from goal, he gets down low nice and quick, he catches plenty of shots and overall brings real assurity to the position. I think this is a goalkeeper with real potential, and a move to a club such as Leeds is absolutely perfect for him and his development. He faces plenty of shots in France, he'll face plenty of shots in Leeds. You need someone to handle that pressure, someone to carry you through those matches, someone to overperform, and Fofana can do that. A fee of around 10 to 15 million should be enough to tempt his qualities to the west of Yorkshire, and to me, that is a bargain. Number 3, Yvan Diouf. The 25-year-old African goalkeeper had really made a name for himself this season with 14 saves against RC Lens. That performance warranted a 10 out of 10 SofaScore rating as he prevented 3.51 XG all of that, and he managed a clean sheet. So straight off the bat, again, we know he can face shots, that he can shot stop for days. And some of those saves he made are a fair showcase of his ridiculous level of reflexes. That shot stopping ability is backed up statistically with his goals prevented stats. Him and Fofana are the top dogs in this metric out of everyone in the division. But analysing him as a keeper now, he's a very reactionary one, sometimes even chaotic. He's brilliant at sweeping and likes to come off his line to showcase his speed and reactions. For a goalkeeper, he's very speedy, as seen when Kylian Mbappe tried to go round him and failed. When shot stopping, he reaches down into the corners well, jumps up well to reach and catch headers, then reacts fantastically to close range shots in particular, and the more powerful ones. Distribution wise he's cool. The only slight worry to his game though is slightly needed complacency, which you don't need. For example, he was caught out off his line in the relegation playoffs just a few weeks back. But for again, a 10 to 15 million signing, it would be astute business for Leeds United. You can't really go wrong with a signing like this. This is another keeper who's used to facing lots of shots, can overperform and can carry you through a game. Now fourth and finally, Michael Cooper. This will be a keeper Leeds fans are fairly familiar with after this season in the Championship, but Cooper is a very well established EFL goalkeeper who had a superb season with the Blades. To me, he's Premier League level goalkeeper already, and it's highly unfortunate he isn't playing there. His brilliance as an all-round goalkeeper is sublime. Shot stopping, reactions, kicking, claiming the crosses, there's a relaxed aura to the Englishman, where Sheffield United fans haven't had much to worry about. The distance he generates to his kicks as well, matched with his accuracy, is really clear to see, as you can see just there. It's like he's been playing in the Championship on easy mode. Everton have been recently linked to him as a future Jordan Pickford replacement, both for Everton and probably England. That's how high his potential stands. But a fee of around 20 to 30 million is a little bit off-putting compared to the other options. He's English, he's just joined the club, he's on a big contract and is one of their best performing players. It's understandable as to why they demand so much. But now it's time to place them in a table. They're all good options, but let's just analyse their performances a little further and see how they compare. So here is the comparison table with important goalkeeping metrics that we've taken a look at throughout, that all of these goalkeepers actually excel in. If we look at who's best in all of these, then Cooper sort of sweeps in this department slightly more because he's in a division that plays around 10 extra games. He's also starring in a team that's at the top end of the division, with slightly less to do, as you can see via the goals prevented stat. Cooper also lives a little outside the realism in this transfer window, so let's just push him aside respectfully and analyse the other three. So clean sheets. Petrovic takes the W, but he does play in a better team, so that isn't exactly a telling stat, along with the goals conceded too. But still, very decent numbers by the Serbian. Goals prevented, Diouf excels, but the numbers he and Fofana have put in this department are crazily good. Fofana just about made the most saves, and Petrovic stands tall with a higher save percentage. If we look down the list, nobody here really stands tall for penalty saves unfortunately, but Fofana and Petrovic shine very brightly for crosses stopped, with Diouf making the most long balls on average per 90. So to summarise this table, what it means, if you want that higher pedigree of a player, Petrovic is your man. He's someone who's performed admirably and consistently in a much better team, which brings a psychological know-how that the stats will never show. After all, there is a reason he is playing for Chelsea. When he's featured for Chelsea too, on the 31 appearances he's made there, he was never bad at all. Slightly average maybe, but he was never a bad performer or any liability. He did slot right in. But the other two are slightly less in quality, but are the type of goalkeepers to massively and reliably overperform for a team that battles the lower end of the table. They're two goalkeepers used to facing lots of action, and they've actually gotten used to that action and environment, whilst being around 10 to 15 million cheaper. However, let me know in the comments below what goalkeeper you think Leeds United should sign. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, make sure to smash a like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.